13, there have been 185 map changes in online, ranging from rather big ones to very minor ones. In this video, I will show all 185
5 mapi od
We're going to be
2013 do
starting off
danes.
with some single
Tako
building
da,
changes.
da
These
vidimo,
are buildings like
kjer
the
je
Quickie
to,
Farm or
če
here,
bomo
for example,
prepoznali
Benny's,
in
which just change one location or
koliko je v
building
bistvu,
rather
no?
than
GTA
a lot of
6 prijeh
locations
malo
like,
ven.
for example, nightclubs.
Komentirajte spodaj,
As you can
ste
see, some of
navdušeni za to.
them change just some signage, other ones add whole
Okay.
new interiors or some signs, here as well just banners. And like this, there's a lot of little
Minimalno
things.
se ene
For
stvari
example,
spreminjajo,
Free Shop
tako
doesn't
razlaga,
just
ene
change
stvari
the
malo
inside of
bolj,
the
ene stvari malo
warehouse,
mej.
but also
Ne vem, da
outside,
ta
like a
Benny's
little bit of
Motorwork se je
This is
spremenil,
especially prominent
kot smo
here
dobili
on
ta
the
drift, stvari
LS
se je
tuners meet,
spremenili.
where there is a start-finish line at the beginning and a lot of extra graffiti and even some roof details added. Simeon's, however, only adds some poles. The final
Kaj je Simeon's naredil?
where there is a start-finish line at the beginning and a lot of extra
Kaj?
graffiti and
Ne vidim
even
razlike,
some
kaj je
roof
ta
details
človek
added.
naredil.
Simeon's, however, only adds a lot of extra graffiti and even some roof details added. Simeon's, however, only adds some
dodal
poles.
sem dve,
The
okay.
Fine Wood Car Club revamps a bit the area as well, but not massively. Next up, we have a couple buildings which actually change quite a lot. For example, we have the Fine Wood Garage, which adds a whole new roof.
Bari, pa celo streho dobi zraven. To je tudi veliko, v Dotjevih dirkih se velikrat trdi, da dobimo, da prestanemo na kakih strehi, ko sploh nisem vedel včasih, da je obstajala. In zdaj vidim, da mogoče včasih ni.
Then we have the casino, which is arguably one of the biggest changes,
ja,
as you
casino
can
se
see here.
ful
Also nice to
spremenil.
note, the music locker actually got added after
Kak je
changes
bil
with more roof
včasih
decoration.
casino?
Then we have the casino, which is
Lejte casino, kak je bil včasih.
Then we have the casino.
Tega se ne spomnim, da bi tak bil. Ne vem, kdaj se je casino spremenil, ampak ne spomnim se ga, da bi tak bil. Wow. Čisto iskreno,
Which is arguably one of the
ta
biggest
stil
changes, as you can see
najbolj
here. Also
paše.
nice to note, the music
Veliko
locker
bolj
actually got
paše
added
na
after
GTA
the
5
casino got
mapo,
added, so
pa
it's a
ti stil,
nice
ko je prej bil.
map change. And here we see some more shots of the Dime Casino, which changed a lot. Even the parking lot has been changed.
Vse,
And then a
komplet
change a lot
cel
of people don't know
POV
about,
basically se
here we can
spremenil.
see an entrance. This is used for the Dime Casino heist.
Tako, za
However,
različne
it
hajse.
wasn't,
A včasih ni bilo,
Next up, we
vsi, ko
have
ste
the
že špilali
agencies
prej,
and offices.
GTA,
As you can see
torej,
here,
ko je
the
bil še
agencies add a
casino,
little Clinton and Palmer
tak,
sign
ta
and
star.
also
A
updated
takrat
the
je bil
roof to
casino
have
heist,
a
ali ne?
helipad. This specific building also makes the building kind of wider. As you can see here, also in the background, you can see it as well change. We're going to be
Kaj se je
starting off with
spremenil?
some single building changes.
Opa, sem
so
malo
the
zdaj sem pa
the
ful
is
nazaj šel.
completely diamond off to
Tule nekaj,
have a helipad.
Kao ona v
This
zadnji bi
specific
se ne
building also makes the
spremenila.
building kind of wider. As you can see here, also in the background, you can see
Oh
it as
ja, v
well
ozadju
changed.
so malo
Then this one also has a
širili
bit
ono.
bigger signage than normal, or as you can see, it also changes the other signage.
Par stvari
A fun
vidimo,
fact
pač
about
ja,
this
da
one
izgleda
is
fajn,
that
všeč
it
mi je, da je več
actually
helipadov,
mentions
ampak
in the
čisto iskreno,
in-game website
te
description that you
znake, ko se
are next
pač
to Queefstat,
spreminjajo,
but
je...
the sign actually removes the
Ja,
Queefstat
ne vem,
sign.
če kjer glih to zanima.
Then finishing up the agencies, we are going to be moving on to the offices, which actually don't change a lot. They only
Pisarne?
open the
Okay.
garage, except for this
garage.
case where they actually create a garage because there wasn't one before. And yeah, the rest basically just opens the garage. They had some signs or like. with the
Torej,
offices.
basically od
Next up, we have the
pisarn se
addition
ni
of
druga
payphones,
naredil, kot pa to, da so
specifically when the payphone hits released.
hiše.
And these are, well, I would consider a small change. However, this one took so long to record because there's actually a lot of locations. I think like 31, 30,
Zakaj
32.
dodajo tujih telefonov? Vem, da so eni minigami, torej če prijaš
Some of the
tja,
locations just didn't
se
have a
javš
payphone.
na
Other ones
telefon,
did have a
vem, da lahko
payphone,
dobiš
but the
tako
game
20
still
recimo.
changed the payphone. You can kind of recognize the payphone ones, like the payphone hit ones, by the yellow sticker on the side. As you can see here, the other ones don't
Ja,
have a yellow sticker.
stari
and
so
this
bili
one has
navadni,
it.
tati imajo
Sometimes it
rumeno
will just
nalepko
copy
na
paste it
strani.
over it.
Kaj jih je,
Personally,
ko
I
si
use a
nor?
program. This is not GTA 5 running, it's like Code Walker, so it actually just pastes it
Oh,
over.
a
It's
ste
not
videli
GTA
to?
5
Tu
running,
se je
it's
še ena
like
stvar
Code Walker,
spremenila.
so
Okne so
it
popravili.
actually just pasted over it, but in game you would
Wow.
see the normal version. You wouldn't see, well, everything that you see
Torej,
here.
glihka razginila.
Next up, we have the
Eno
various businesses
stavba,
across
okay.
Los Santos.
Tako, to
First
so
up,
ti
we have
biznisi.
the auto shops, which, as you can see here, sometimes are kind of auto shops already. Other times it's just random buildings or buildings with a totally different purpose before.
Ja, torej, to me
And then
ful
next up we
spominja na
have the
RP, zdi
bounty
se mi, da
offices,
so vzeli nekaj
which
ven iz
also, as you
RP-ja.
can see, was before just a carpet shop or just some random warehouse. and now is a bounty office. And yeah, here even just half a pop spills.
Neki je razlika, ampak definitivno ne bi bil presenečen, če bi, ne vem, eden od tih Rockstarov šel na RP in bil tak. Ej, to zgleda kar dobro, če že imamo to skripto, temo mi to not, sam dajmo malo spremeniti, da ne boje vedeti, da smo pravi. Ampak ne, definitivno, veliko update prahaja v GTA 5, Shaker, kaki novi hajsti, nove misije, novi karakteri.
Night Clubs also do something similar. Instead of paint, they kind of use a lot of posters. As you can see, the areas don't change a lot. They just get a lot of posters, some signage, some security cameras, and yeah, in the game there's also NPCs spawning there. And this, along with some graffiti and some litter, is basically what changes when there is a nightclub. Next up, we have some non-business related buildings or locations, such as here in the tunnel of Mount Chiliad, where we have some electrical boxes which were added with the Doomsday heist. Then next up, a very little known fact, this is a flag that was changed to a sign due to some controversy back in 2015. Then we have the billboards over here in Vinewood, which were changed to Motomami just to promote the radio station. Then we have this little building that was created out of nowhere for Under the Satellite. This was done for some mission back in, I believe, 2018, 2017.
Okay, whoa.
Then we have Franklin's house, which actually with the agency's update got cars in front and a little sign for the Clintons, and then in back it actually also got some kiddie toys indicating that Franklin had a kid. Then we also had the missile hatch, which also was added at the Doomsday heist. And then we have the artwork at Vespucci Beach, which was removed very early on due to copyright reasons. Next up we have underground changes, which actually affect the above ground as well. This comes in the form of facilities, as you can see here, and bunkers a bit later. The facilities specifically make this little hill everywhere they appear. This hill is adapted to the area, so it looks fitting. And this one actually adds a bridge as well. The bunkers, however, are a bit more discreet. They are just a bunker texture that goes under the ground, so it just fits in with the area a bit nicer. It doesn't have this mount, which can be nice, but you know, the facilities also kind of have a little bit of a charm with their
oni facility gledajo veliko lepše kot pa bunkeri, ne.
Before getting to the final 3 biggest changes in the GTA 5 map, I will first go through all the timed events. Well, not events, but like timed props. For example, these billboards here are for the tagging, so they don't always appear. That's why I also couldn't get footage of like before after, because I had to get these off GTA Wiki, because, well, they don't spawn. If I go online, I can only find like 1, 2, 3 or 5 or whatever of them, and not all 30 of them. The same goes for next thing, but let's just first finish all tagging thing. These don't actually change that much. Like they will just go on a wall where there wasn't really anything before. Maybe on some spots it covers some graffiti or something, but really it doesn't change a lot. The junk energy skydiving actually changes a little more for most locations.
Pa jaz spomnim, zato ker vem, da včasih smo veliko po helikopterju hodili tja, tam ko so tudi ladje, naprimer, tam ko lahko ti jetski okradeš pa take stvari, in vem, da je ta škatla na novo tam bila. In da sem takrat, kola hell je to, in sem šel not.
Obviously is a little bit of a bigger change, but because these are timed events, these are not permanent changes, and they also don't remove anything from the map. And therefore they are kind of in this separate category, as you can see right now. Then finally we have also something from Junk Energy. We have the time trials. These so realno dobri. En cajt se mi zdi, da je bil eden iz Chilija dodal, zdaj ne vem če, ampak vem, da enkrat sem se spomnil na Chilija, da je tako bom dol pršel in sem to dirko naredil, da sem dol pršel in pa me je spomnil we're not missing out on a lot. It's just a sign and a bike. Then starting our top 3 of biggest changes, we obviously have the mansions.
Top 3 mansions so prišli not, 2 so dodali, ena je že bila.
Obviously adding a whole mansion and some more mountain. The same goes for our third mansion, where we also see a lot of new mountain created, and of course
so dodali tega hriba.
This was a quite recent change and everyone knows about it. However, this next one, still a lot of people know about it, but it was way less recent. And it's a bit more niche. The mineshaft actually wasn't accessible in the old-gen version. So old-gen I actually mean Xbox 360 and PS3.
To nisem vedel, da nisi mogel iti v
Xbox One or the PS4 version. for final change, we actually have one of the biggest and also the least known change. It is the addition of this airfield.
Oh ja, to sam tudi videl, to je, znači, ne vem zakaj pa ga dodal, ampak
again DLC, which isn't even that long ago. However, a lot of people don't seem to know about it. Obviously, OG players don't know about it, and new players also, if they skip this mission or just play it once, they might just think, oh, it just spawns into the mission. However, this is accessible in free roam. And it is actually one of the biggest changes in the map, because it adds